Hello YouTube, Beat from the bedroom here, Guitar Junky, one take beanie. So every time, I'm playing my other guitars, I look at this one and it sits in the background, basically where the Bad Cats is leaning against the wall. And I say to myself, myself says what? I haven't played that gold top in a while. Myself says, big deal. And I go, well, I kind of feel bad. It's sitting there by itself. Guitars are made to be played, right? Not just collected and looked at and put in a glass case to be stared at. Creepy. So, you know what? Maybe it's about time you let go of that gold top, Put another one on Craigslist. What the heck? One more guitar. So then I pick it up and I check the tuning. And then I start playing it. And this happens. No, damn it. A little bit of booze. Yeah. So that happens. Then I go, wow, this is a monster of a guitar. Let me just apologize right away. I don't know if it's like OCD or whatever it is, or whatever the other thing that they call it, but everything I have, I keep it neat and tidy, growing up, it was like me and my brother, family of 5, in a 3-bedroom house. So we had a bedroom. I mean, no, we didn't have a bedroom. My sisters, the 3 in the middle, had a bedroom. My oldest brother, 10 years my senior, and I had 1 bed and 1 dresser in the basement. So you come down the basement door, you'd walk in the middle of the basement, there'd be a pull chain here with a refrigerator. Next to that would be a bed and a dresser, a bed and a dresser. This was me, this was Eddie, my brother. I was Felix, he was Oscar. My bed was made, my little dresser was nice and neat and clean. Whatever I had it in a specific order. And I come home and I start playing the drums because I got my first drum set when I was 8 for Christmas. And I was told by my father, you can play those drums as much as you want until I get home from work. I come home from school, my brother's bed is a wreck. I see a pillow with no head on it. I start, because I didn't have a throne, I just had the drum set. So I have the drum set at the foot of my bed. I have a picture of it somewhere. And I'd be playing. He'd pop his head out where his feet would be. You hit that effing drum one more time, you know. So, everything was nice and neat and tidy. That's my point. You know, I was Mr. Clean. He was the opposite. He moved out. My sister moved out. All of a sudden, we had some spare rooms upstairs. And I got to move up to a bedroom. Now, at first, my parents made the dining room into a bedroom. And then I got in a real bedroom with a closet and everything else. I was right next to the kitchen at one time with no door, no curtain, no nothing. It's the bed and the dresser. Now I got a bedroom with a bed and a dresser. And I found a nightstand. Someone was throwing out a nightstand at the driveway, at the curb. Coming home from school, I carried that all the way home. Look, Ma, I got a nightstand. You know, I didn't have a light to put on it, but I had a nightstand, so I could put things in the drawer and stuff like that. And I had a bigger dresser now, and because it was a hand-me-down dresser, bigger dresser, so I could have more space. And I had my stuff on top, my models and all, like I had said before. I had Dracula and the werewolf and Frankenstein. You put them together, and their hands and their face would glow in the dark, and then you get that paint, you paint it, and you put the light on, and you turn it off with the timer set on the radio with the music playing, and you go to sleep at night. When I was in the basement, I had a 1 pull chain, and my brother was 10 years older than I, so he was hardly ever home. And then when he moved out, we didn't have a spare bedroom because we just had an empty bed in the basement. So what I did was I took all my shoelaces off my sneakers and my shoes, I tied them together, and the pull chain was about, maybe with my shoelaces attached, mind you, about, I'd say 10, 15 feet long. So I climbed in bed, because now my bed was moved to the concrete wall that was the far end of the basement, and here's where you come down the stairs. Here's where my bed was moved to. So I get in bed, pull the blankets over me, and I pull the shoelaces until the pull chain release, and I would tie that around the back or stuff it in between the mattresses in case I had to turn it on at night. I'd hear the furnace going on the other end, and I think there's a ghost or a monster in the house, and I'd grab the shoelaces like I'm going to turn it on, and I'm like, if I turn it on and I do see a monster, I'm going to probably crap my pants. So I just slept through the night and dealt with it. That was, no bathroom stops for me. I wasn't about to go upstairs for, to use the toilet. So when I got my own bedroom, and I was getting, getting mature, should I say, I had a bigger dresser, bigger stuff. None of my friends were allowed in my bedroom. I had one friend that my sisters, they said, where's Beanie? He's in the bedroom. Go on in. And then I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like looking around, and I'm like, don't touch a freaking thing. I would have my instruments hanging on the wall. I had my guitar, I had a banjo, I had a mandolin, tambourine, stuff like that. So I was Mr. Clean, because I can't help it. If you open up a refrigerator in my house, everything is labels facing forward. You move something in my house, you move anything on my dresser, even till this day, I'll know. If I had something down, I'll know if it was moved. Just a fraction of the, I have like a photographic memory. So, you know, and I try to tame that, and I try to say it's not worth it. I don't drive down the road. I start counting the telephone poles, and I realize I don't have to count the telephone poles anymore. I don't have to tap stuff. I don't have to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I used to be bad. I won't lie. So when I start playing the whole thing, you know, circle back around, you know, focus, I'll do a lick like a, and then I would do that, and because of that repetition kind of thing, I would do it again and again and again, and I would get stuck into that mode, and then a note would come, you see, and I kind of get to the point where I'm aware of it, and then I make myself stop. But at the time I'm doing it, I'm like, it's like cramming too many notes in at one time. It's like, you know, 10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag, or 20 pounds of crap in a 10-pound bag, but however you want to use that. So yeah, so when I go off like that and I start shredding, I don't mean to. I know sometimes I get away with it, but in my mind, sometimes it just doesn't fit when I'm playing it, and I'm playing it back, and I'm hearing it. Man, why am I doing that? So I apologize for that. From all of my past videos and this video and all of my future videos, because I know I'm going to do it again. Because I don't realize I'm doing it, and then at the time, and then when I do, then I say to myself, okay, stop, calm it down, bring it back. So yeah, so that's what happens. You know, the guitar sits there, I look at it, and I say, well, I'm not playing it, I'm not grabbing it every day, like I am, you know, something else, and let me tune it up, let me look it over, and maybe it's time to put it on Craigslist. And then I do that. I put a backing track on, and I start playing, and then I'm like, oof, man, 120 some odd dollars, you know, I could probably sell it for exactly what I paid for it, and I could probably tack on another 10, 20 bucks if I wanted to. I still won't recoup my shipping, but you know, it might work out. But then I say, no, you're keeping this puppy. So that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and a better tomorrow.